Okay, it appears we are now live. Welcome, everybody. It is March 14th. I don't know where the rest of the year has gone.
Pi Day.
Pi Day. Happy Pi Day to everybody. We have a lot of cool new things going on today, in addition to some big Model Y. And it's been a lot of Model Y news, but it's just kind of the way it's going right now. We have some news on our Model Ys with an S, too. Also though, we did upgrade the internet, so now it should be ultra low latency, and it is working flawlessly. David has a new cam that won't overheat.
A little better quality, hopefully.
A lot better quality, so yeah. So some fun stuff, but I think first, let's just jump right into it. Let's talk about the Model Y news, and our Model Y in particular, because I know a lot of people have been reaching out saying, when are you getting it? Some people thought this was the Model Y live stream. Trust me, I will make it very clear when that live stream happens.
We almost did one. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday.
Yeah, so about our Model Y. We ordered a white interior, actually white exterior, white interior, and it was supposed to, well, I guess just be here. But we ordered the white and white, and it looks like white interior was delayed by like a week or two. So before then, I actually had placed a second order for a white with black interior. And it looks like we might be able to take delivery of the black interior early this coming week. So keep an eye out on your inboxes, because as soon as we get that, we'll be filming a video there, hopefully. And then as soon as we leave the delivery center, we'll do like a live Q&A and everything and show you guys pretty much everything on the car. Because there's a lot of questions that we even have on everything in that car. But it seems right now there really haven't been, at least in the state of Colorado, any white exterior cars, any deliveries anywhere of white interior cars. So it looks like we're just going to end up with two Model Ys, which is
At least temporarily.
Interesting, at least temporarily. Definitely just want to get one ASAP so we can make content for you guys, show you all about it. But eventually we will be getting a white on white, and that will be the car we keep. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at. Hopefully, though, it'll be early this week. Yeah, I mean, hopefully sooner than later. But I am at least hopeful that it'll be early this week. So that's kind of where we're at with ours. Both of our orders are actually ready to take delivery on. So we're ready. We're just waiting on them. But yeah, it looks like, just reading some of the comments, it looks like blue and midnight silver were just kind of like the main colors.
Yeah, we did see in the Colorado at the Superior Service Center that they did receive at least 5, I think, up there that did get, ready. I don't know if they've been delivered yet, but we've seen some have been delivered in Colorado.
Yep. So a lot of fun stuff. Hopefully we get ours very soon. Somebody's ARA said trust fund babies. Unfortunately, no. I have to work for my money. I wish. Actually, I don't wish.
We have just side businesses and earn our money ourselves.
Side hustles.
And also, we're going to be trading in one of the Model 3s, so that helps pay pretty much for a large part of the Model Y.
Big chunk. A couple other people are waiting for white on whites too, which is also, oh wow, someone is from Australia. Wow. Hopefully you guys are doing good there. So anyway, we'll get to some news, and then there's a lot of Model Y stuff. We'll do that at the end, and then we'll open it up for any questions. We'll talk and kind of just hang out for a while. This is Scott's birthday, though. So
yes, Scott.
Can we get some happy birthday, Scott's, in the chat?
Our housemate upstairs, he's the one that has the red, matte red Model S.
Yep.
That you might have seen in some of our previous discussions.
Yeah, so happy birthday to Scott. We'll try to make it maybe like an hour or so we can go have dinner and enjoy his birthday. Anyway, though, big news, I think even bigger than Model Y, even though it is a Model Y, is Tesla produced their 1 millionth car. That's a huge milestone. And Tesla Roddy here did a really great article on it. And I mean, just overall, 1 million cars is quite a feat. Not gonna lie.
But it's amazing, though, is how fast they've grown. It started out really slowly back in like 2008 with the Roadster, and then the Model S came in 2012. and then it's just been ramping up ever since.
Yeah, it's amazing to see where they've come from, where they've gone, and most importantly, where they are going. So a lot of cool news on that. I think that's pretty incredible that they were able to do just that. Let's see here. There's a bunch of new firmware that came out too.
Yeah, a couple different versions. There was version 2020.8 and then 2020.8.1 came out. Not a huge difference between those and the 2020.4 version, which came out a few weeks earlier. But more recently, 2020.12 has been going wide, and it's going out fast to a lot of cars. We actually got it on at least two of our cars so far. One of the S's and one of the 3s, and actually one of the other 3s as well. Out of state, but again, not a lot of huge changes. Now, we have heard some rumors that somebody's been looking at the code and they've seen a couple of upcoming features that are coming out, and it's kind of something. One of the features they saw was something that we had discussed it was just last week when we were hearing that full self-driving would be still compatible with the MCU1, and we know that the computer that runs the instrument cluster on that isn't, that responsive compared to MCU2, and so we were wondering if they might have like a dumbed down version of the graphics on that MCU1 with full self-driving, and that's what they seem to have found in the code. So it'll be interesting to see that in the coming weeks.
Yeah, really can't wait for that, actually. That'll be probably really awesome thing to see.
So again, that 2020.12 is going wide, so everybody, if you haven't gotten already, you should probably be seeing that in the coming days. Now, we did talk a little bit last week about the upgrade of the MCU from MCU1 to MCU2. We still don't have an invite on our AP2 car. We could do it on the AP2.5 car, but we don't know if we're going to upgrade that one yet. And so we're waiting. They said that it's going to be coming in later March. And for other cars that are pre-Autopilot 2, those would be coming sometime in the future. Originally said April, but now it looks like they've changed it to future.
Yeah. And I mean, is there any other big news besides those?
They had some, ups and downs in the stock prices again.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess we can go ahead and talk about that a little bit. Stock market, as you know, probably know, not doing so great just because of the whole coronavirus situation. Unfortunately, it just kind of is what it is. Lucky for us, we're all healthy. Jobs are allowing us to work from home as much as we can. So that's pretty awesome. It's nice to see that. So, I mean, from our standpoint, it could be worse. Yeah. We went to the grocery store earlier, put some stuff up on my Instagram. Maybe go check it out if you want to see it. But it was a madhouse. It was like everything was picked over. So, I mean, besides like stuff like that, we're all good. We're good here. We're just hanging out.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see how the whole coronavirus thing does affect Tesla's first quarter, even second quarter, maybe even third quarter. But I can tell that, I'm pretty sure the numbers are going to be a little bit lower than they probably expected, just because they did have to shut down production for a little bit in China before they were able to start it back up.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. I'm sure that that's going to affect the stock price some more again in the future.
Yeah. Real quick, I saw some people saying that it was shuttering a little bit. Hopefully that fixed it. I upped our stream connection. So hopefully that fixes it. Sorry about that. Still working on it. But yeah, I think besides that, it's a lot of just Model Y news. Because the first people have taken delivery. Unfortunately, we haven't yet. We thought for a few that we were going to yesterday.
My heart was really pounding yesterday because
we almost did.
We got the call.
One might be available and it might work out. Unfortunately, though, it didn't.
Yeah.
But we should hopefully get it earlier this week. So that is kind of what we're gearing towards. And like I said on that, as soon as we get it, we will probably just take it somewhere where we have pretty good phone service and just jump on a live stream and show you guys all about the car, because I know a lot of you guys have certain questions about different things. And we'll run through a lot of it, and there'll also be a lot of other videos too. So
one thing that's
keep that in mind,
though, is that Tesla did finally release the Model Y owner's manual for the North American version. So there's a lot of information that you guys can get from that.
Yeah, and here we'll go ahead and put that owner's manual in chat real quick. So give me just 1 second. I'll throw it in chat, and you guys can check it out if you wish. You can download it. You can have fun with it. Let me throw it in there. But I think it would be kind of fun if we kind of go over some of that. So I think let's just go over and check out some owner's manual stuff here. Zoom in a little bit. Some things that are more noteworthy than others that we'll point out and talk about. I mean, a lot of this is going to carry over from Model 3. So if you're at all familiar with Model 3, you have a step ahead on Model Y.
It's really similar overall, but you will notice a few differences that we hadn't heard about until we saw the owner's manual.
And a few things that it doesn't have yet, and a few things that it does. It will be able to accept a key fob. Big thing here. We do not know if it's going to be the same key fob as Model 3 yet, though.
I think it would be, well, I don't know. I think it would be different because the Model 3 one does allow you to pop the trunk, but it doesn't allow you to close it. But they might be able to do that with the same fob. I don't know.
Good news, though, is we have a Model 3 key fob, and we should be getting our Model Y early this week, and we will definitely be testing that out for you guys. Back on here, though, just a lot of key fob stuff, different kind of things.
One of the surprises that we did find in the owner's manual, though, is there's mention of a heat pump, which the S, the X, and the 3 never had.
Do you remember what page that was on?
I don't know, but if you do a search, you'll see that there's one sentence in there that says that it does have a heat pump, and so that helps condition the air, and that's a little more efficient than using like the resistive heat that the S, X, and 3 have. So not much more information on that, but that should just use less energy to heat the car, and that's only going to work at certain temperature ranges. But I'm sure it still has a regular heater as the Model S, X, and 3 do as well. Yeah,
it should help a lot overall, which is what we all want to see. We all want to get as much range as possible, and that's what'll do it.
One of the other things, it's kind of a surprise it's not in the owner's manual, is there's still no mention of a tow hitch. And that's a little disappointing for some because a lot of people were hoping that they would be used this to tow some small trailers.
Especially us.
Yes, exactly. Or put on a bike rack or something, some cargo hauler on the rear. But there's no mention in the North American model of a tow hitch yet. They could always come out with one later. Perhaps it's still going through testing. We do have a picture. If you pull up the chat, we do have a picture showing that there is room for a tow hitch. People have seen on ones that are being delivered that there's like a pop out on the rear diffuser.
Yeah, so there's a good link right here for IMGUR, but also right here you can see ignore the trash.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have removed that, but you can see this pop out here, but behind that currently is nothing.
So, but it would be,
and that's where you would normally put the hitch in.
Yeah, you'd think so. We haven't seen anybody remove that yet.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see.
Someone did actually.
Oh, really?
There was nothing back there.
Oh, but is there anywhere they could attach the hitch?
Potentially, but currently there is no hitch.
So we're wondering though if it might be something that they're just trying to get the car out in first quarter, just so they can get those deliveries started, and then maybe that's something you can order it and then have it added at a later date at the service center, kind of like with HomeLink, which brings us up to another item which is missing. It appears that HomeLink is not included by default on the Model Y, and we know that with Model 3 original deliveries way back in 2017, 2018 all had the HomeLink transmitter. Then later on, in order to keep down costs, Tesla stopped including that transmitter, and it became an option that you could buy on the Tesla store for about $300, and that would include the transmitter as well as installation. When the Model Y was originally listed, it did say that it included that GPS-enabled garage door transmitter, HomeLink, but now it looks like they've removed that wording and it's not there. So it'll be interesting to see if these initial deliveries are able to, if they're grandfathered in, if they can get that added, or if that's something they're going to have to pay $300 for.
Yeah, which, I mean, I understand why Tesla's doing it, but at the same point, since it was there when we had originally ordered, I wish it would come with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, I mean, it
was there. It was listed.
It is only $300. $300 can be actually quite a lot of money. But, I mean, it would just be nice if it would just be included. I would be much happier with that. Yeah. Unfortunately, though, it is what it is.
Also, we didn't see any mention of a heated steering wheel, which you know, the Model 3 doesn't have one, but a lot of people have been hoping that maybe the Model Y would. We don't see any mention of that. It's possible they have it, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. Just probably something that
it's not going to have heated steering wheel. It would be really nice, but it's not.
But it was,
But there are some other interesting things, though. So, like, if you look here, in the center console right down here, one USB-C and one USB-A, so that is different than Model 3. And in the rear, it's two USB-C.
It's nice they finally upgraded USB-C because
So nice.
Most phones have had those the last couple of years, so it's nice they finally had those.
Exactly. It's extremely nice. It'll be just that much faster of charging. So like stuff like that kind of changed. A lot of it didn't though. A lot of it is very still Model 3 information.
One thing they did add though, in the rear cargo area, they do have a 12-volt outlet, which is not available.
Much like Model X.
Very similar to Model X, yes.
Yeah. But I mean, you can go through this manual. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Rather than just literally scroll through the whole thing. It's like 220 pages. But you can go check it out and see if you notice anything different. They redesigned back here where like the charge port release cable is a little bit and a couple other things. The one thing we do see here though is I'm not sure my Model 3 Geminis are going to fit on Model Y because they redesigned the actual wheel itself, which might be due to weight limit kind of thing. Not entirely sure, but it looks like it uses the same hubcap at least.
Yep.
But it looks like the wheel itself is different. So maybe the bolt pattern's different. Not entirely sure yet. It's going to be a bummer if I have to get rid of those Geminis that we got all the way from China. Literally flew there, picked them up.
Yeah.
So that would be a bummer, but I'm definitely going to get the Geminis since we are getting a performance. It's coming with those larger rims and everything.
The Uber turbines.
The Uber turbines, which I absolutely love, but you do take like, what is it, 35-mile
It's a
hit on
performance
range?
hit, yeah.
It's a lot. And even Elon was tweeting earlier and said a lot of it's due to the tire size. Since they are performance tires, they have a higher rolling resistance, they're heavier, etc. That is where your loss of range actually goes. So I do want to get some of these Geminis just so on road trips or anything, if I need that extra range, I have it. But
Yeah.
I'll probably like in the summer use the Uber turbines and in the winter use the Gemini.
It'd be interesting to try out those other induction wheels as well, so we might be looking for a set of those.
Oh yeah, so if anyone has any of those that you want to sell, hit us up. But down here too, what's interesting is on these Uber turbines,
Those are the
or these are the induction. I think they are both the same, as they both have this little center cap that pops out. So that's kind of cool, kind of like the Roadster inspired rims I have now for Model 3.
We'll have to test and see those, see if the Geminis that we have for the Model 3, if they do fit on the Y. We might not drive around, but we'll at least see if they have the same bolt pattern.
Yeah, I'm really kind of curious to see how that all works out. Now they redid some of the frunk stuff too. So if you are a Model 3 owner, you know that this is a lot bigger piece right here. Normally it kind of just angles up like this, so that is a bigger piece. There's some differences and some non-differences. It's just kind of cool to scroll through this. Definitely play around with that a little later if you're interested. We dropped the link in the chat. I'll also put it in the video description.
One other thing I noticed that was missing from the owner's manual is there's no mention of the pedestrian warning system, which they started adding in like September of 2019 to the Model 3.
Yep.
And we haven't seen that on the S. I don't think it's on the S and X yet either. It's just, I think, on the Model 3. So it's kind of surprising that they didn't have it on the Y.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be adding it at some point.
Or it's possible it's there and just not enabled. It might be a software update to enable it. So
Very true.
Maybe they just haven't added it to the manual yet because it's not enabled.
Very true. I don't know, though. A lot of people I've talked to don't really care for that, and they use the kit from Abstract Ocean to actually mute it or turn it off, if you will. That's what we did with our Model 3. There's a really cool product that we're going to be testing out. Video should be up hopefully this week on like kind of like a DIY noisemaker, but you can add in your own sounds. So
it's very customizable, yeah.
We have a lot of fun things going on with that. So keep an eye out for that video. But yeah, the noise that Tesla has, I'm just not a huge fan of. I find it very annoying, which is probably going to get people's attention, but I still just find it very annoying.
Yeah.
So I deleted it from the Model 3s, and I'll delete it from the Y if it even has it. But yeah, I mean, kind of fun to play around with the owner's manual. Check it out. But I will say, when we were talking about hitches, Tasmanian, he actually has on here his site. Some Tesla Model Y trailer mode is in a future update. So they are planning on those hitches.
Interesting.
It's just not there right now. But this does say, talk about like the connectors and everything like that, the electrical components, all that kind of stuff.
So it definitely looks like it's coming. I just hope that it's for the North American market in addition to the European market.
It does say on here, it does say, note in Canada towing is limited to 55 miles an hour.
Yeah, so it does.
So I would
like
definitely think North America, it would be coming standard. And it might even be something where they can add that to the current delivered cars, because it's not going to be that many. They're just waiting for all that regulatory approval and everything, because tow hitches take an abnormally long time.
We saw that too with Model X back in the day when they were first delivering those Model X's. They originally said it would be available with a regular tow hitch and then an accessory hitch with lower weight rating, and then they ended up just making the full tow hitch standard for everyone.
Yeah. But like on here, you can see it does say maximum towing capacity is 3,200 pounds or 1,451 kilograms. And that's with 5 or fewer
That's
occupants.
a pretty good size.
20-inch tires.
They could hold. That's a pretty. I mean, it's not as much as the Model X, but that's or the Cybertruck, of course.
Yeah.
But that's still a nice little trailer.
Oh, definitely. And you can see like these different lights that will be active for when trailer mode is active, when it detects a connection issue, or when there's faulty electrical connection. So a lot of really good information in this. I just wish those first delivery cars included it, but as of right now, it doesn't look like they are, which is kind of a bummer because I really need that to like put a bike rack on.
Need that bike rack.
So hopefully in the future, but we kind of already like showed you this a little bit, but I kind of want to go over some of these. These are just some pictures that somebody had taken of a blue Performance Y, and it's pretty awesome looking. And these are just, you can get this link up here. I can also put it in chat if you guys would like. But we can get some ideas. The back seat is definitely different than Model 3 in terms of like width-wise. It definitely looks a lot bigger.
Also, it's a split seat, so it's like 40-20-40 instead of just a 60-40. So you can fold down just the center part to have a pass-through for cargo. About
time. However, it does have its own quirks.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's a picture. So right here you can see how it's kind of bent down. Right here, there's this big like bar that sticks out, probably 3 inches.
Yeah, and I think what that is just because the seats are not like powered. There's just release switches in the back that allow them to fall forward, and it's only one for the outside seat and the inside seat, and so they need that little bar to tell the middle seat to fall forward.
Yeah.
So it looks like you might accidentally get bump into that if you're moving around in the back, but. Yeah, it seems like they might have been able to handle that differently, but it is nice to have that 3 individual seat functionality.
Yeah, but that looks very Model 3 like here. I imagine it's a little bit deeper. We'll have to play around with it. But there are 2 buttons right here, and those will drop either
the left side or the right side.
This 60 or this 40. And so that's nice. I imagine they're going to bring this to Model X very soon.
I would
maybe
think so.
Even S.
Even the S.
They really could use that because I have noticed in S and even X, if you want to drop the seats, it is kind of a pain. You have to go around, open the door.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds really
it's
like first world problem kind of thing. But it's a luxury type feature that if Model Y has it, S and X better have that.
Exactly, because
or even electric ones.
We use the S now to haul so much cargo, recycling, all kinds of things in there, and we just have to go around to each side door and flip the seat forward. So it'd be nice if we had those buttons. So hopefully the new S and X will have those. Yeah.
So I don't know. There's some really cool stuff on here too. You can see the frunk. It definitely looks bigger. It does not have those little bag holders or even a spot for them.
It's a little bare because they don't even have the carpet, but I think they stopped including that on the Model 3 a while back as well.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise, the car looks beautiful. Here's the back though. It looks like all this is like carpet, which is kind of odd to me, but at least that will help if things slide against it. It won't mar up the plastic because we've noticed that in actually Model S. Our Model S has the plastic scratches right there. And then you got your 2 speakers right above it.
And something, I think if you look on the door speakers, it looks like, or door pictures, it looks like there might actually be a couple extra speakers on the rear doors that aren't in the Model 3.
Let me see if there's a good, like right here. Kind of like this one right here.
Yeah.
We'll have to look at Model 3. I think it has them. They
Maybe
might just
a
be
grill or something. Or
hidden. It might be hidden a little bit better. But overall, the car looks beautiful. The chrome delete Actually, it's not even really chrome delete.
Yeah.
We'll just call it black trim because chrome delete insinuates it had chrome to begin with. Never had chrome. So we're just going to call these black trim. I don't know. What do we call these?
I don't know. I don't know. Good question.
Anyway,
all Teslas have had
the
chrome,
fact that
so, yeah.
it doesn't have chrome makes me want to jump for joy because I absolutely hate chrome. It's just a mess, especially here in Colorado. We get the mag chloride on the roads. That messes things up. It's just a lot, and I'm so excited.
Yeah,
the spots on
and
it.
I know
It's just
some people like chrome. Whatever floats your boat. Some people like chrome, some people don't. But for every Tesla, pretty much every Tesla we've bought, we've had to go and do that chrome delete. So it's nice that we don't have to do that. It comes that way. And I know some people are waiting.
It'll save us money.
Yeah, and I know some people are waiting to see if they do add a chrome options, but we haven't heard any word on that yet. It'll be interesting. I don't know if they will, just because that would be extra parts they'd have to create.
I can't imagine a chrome option.
And they wouldn't be able to charge that much for it, so it doesn't seem
Right.
like they'd be able to get money back on offering that.
I can't imagine a chrome option. I'm actually leaning more towards they might take this to Model 3. Reason being, Model 3 and X do share a lot of parts. I'm willing to bet these are pretty much the same trim pieces and all that.
At least some of them, yeah.
I could see them actually bringing this over to 3, which I would really like. And the funny thing is, though, is anybody who has like cars that they do like chrome on, all these shops are now going to be doing chrome installs instead of chrome deletes, which I think is really funny. Everyone wants what they can't buy. So that's going to be hilarious to see. But overall, I really like the look of this. I'm actually a huge fan of these Uber turbines, which I believe are the same ones we saw at the Model 3 unveiling.
Very similar, to the Model 3 unveiling back in like 2016. Wow.
Oh, wow. That's been a
four,
while.
Almost 4 years. 4 years on I think the 31st of this month. It will have been 4 years.
But that's what they look like, that they were originally going to go with the 3 and then they changed things up. But it's nice to see they're now bringing them to Y. I'm just a huge fan. I just want to get my hands on one. I just want to drive one, live with it for a while. I'm really excited to just kind of overall see it. Here you can actually see, there's a good example of the seat. So the seat should be the same as Model 3, but here you can see it's on the riser, much like a Model X is. So Model X and S use the same seats, but on the X, they're on these risers. So it looks, I think I read somewhere it was like a 3 or 4 inch riser.
Yep.
So that just goes to show you even more, like, it's just going to be basically easier for them to build these because they're using the same seats and everything.
And some people, there's so many parts that come over from the 3, but we have seen a few differences. Like even the B-pillar cameras are just slightly, the cameras themselves might be the same, but the little opening on the B-pillar is just slightly different. So I don't know if that adds a little more shade for
Yeah, it's slightly offset. So I think it just adds a little bit more shade. So hopefully you won't get as many of like sun in camera messages kind of thing. So like right there. I love seeing this side repeater in black though.
Yeah.
It looks so much better than chrome. I'm not going to lie. Now, I know I've heard from a lot of people they are not a fan of this black plastic trim that kind of goes around the doors and the wheel arches, much like Model X. But when you think about it, if you do get hit or anything right there, that's going to be a lot easier and cheaper to replace than if it is a metal body panel right there. So there's trade-offs, but I definitely think it looks maybe a little bit better on a darker car like this blue or the midnight silver or even the black. The white, it might look a little funky, but you can get those actually painted body color if you so desire. But I mean, this car looks absolutely beautiful to me. I'm super excited, and here you can kind of see back here, it is the same size screen as Model 3. There's been some talk that maybe they went to a 17-inch. They did not. It is still the 15.
Yeah. And they do have the power hatch in the rear, so it's
that's a huge difference. That's a massive difference.
So the 3 doesn't have that, but they did add that for the Y.
Yep. And super nice. It would have been nice almost, though, if they could come up with some kind of like foot sensor or some way to open it, like say your hands are full. Maybe that's still possible. I'm sure they could use something with like recognition in the camera software. So, I mean, that might even be something software that they could do, which is kind of wild, but it would be nice for like that kind of feature. But the fact that it's automatic is super nice because if you look at these pictures, it is actually pretty high when it's fully raised. It's pretty high up there. So, yeah, I don't know. Let us know what you guys kind of think about this, but overall, super excited. can't wait to take delivery of one early this week. Should be exciting. We have no idea on color. If we take delivery of one this week, it's going to definitely have
flexible,
the black.
you know.
Yeah, it's definitely going to have the black interior. But the exterior, to be honest, at this point, I don't really care. I'd almost rather have maybe the midnight silver, but
They all look nice.
I don't know. The blue actually looks really nice. Huge thanks to Sean Graham real quick for the $2 super chat. Really appreciate that. He said, great idea for gesture controls. I think that could be huge. There's a lot I think they could do with gesture controls. We see them in phones and tablets, and even some computers have gesture controls. And I think if Tesla could bring that, they could do a lot.
It wouldn't require any additional hardware. They already have the hardware there. They just need to do the software. So if they see you're walking closer with your phone, or if you have your fob, they know that you're nearby. And if they see you, pass your hand or something by the rear camera, open it up. Then again, I guess if you're putting your hand by the camera, maybe you could just touch the button. Or maybe you could just kick your feet. Who knows?
I would like to see something with feet, because the idea is you have your hands full of bags.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe you got to do like a little Irish jig in front of it.
Yeah, you can stand back behind a little couple feet back, and definitely wave your feet. They could totally do that with the software.
Oh, if completely. They wanted to. I have a question here. I'm just gonna pull up Tesla's website real quick. In regards to the top speed and everything of 3 versus Y. Let me just pull that up real quick, as well as their weight. So here, Model Y, let's just do some custom orders here. Flip everything around. Okay, so here is Model 3. The fastest Model 3 you can get is a Performance with the Performance Upgrade Package. You're at 162 miles an hour, which is stupid fast.
Pretty fast.
Yeah. And then if you get Model Y with Performance and Performance Package, you're at 155. So it's 7 miles an hour less. Are you really going to notice it? No. I doubt it. And then so your 0 to 60 time is 3.2 versus 3.5. As far as weight and everything, so the manual here has the curb weights all listed on it. So definitely go check that out. A lot of good information in this. It tends to get pushed to the wayside, but definitely check them out. Curb weight for long range, dual motor versus Performance. It's all the same at 4,400 pounds. And then the gross vehicle weight when it's loaded and everything adds another 900 pounds or so. Now, if we go to this and go all the way down into the specs, let me find it real quick, because this will be a good comparison. You're at, so that's standard range. Let's do a comparison, performance to performance. You're at 4,100 pounds. So really, Model Y is only 300 pounds more.
That's pretty impressive considering.
That's crazy impressive.
It's a lot more volume in the Y. So
yeah. So I think they've done something to save some weight, considering they went from 4,100 pounds to 4,400 pounds. It's pretty awesome. But as you can see here, they don't list a standard range or any of that. So we honestly have no idea what's going on with those and when they plan on bringing them out. Obviously, they can change this owner's manual at any point should they decide to bring those out at a later date. But as of right now, they don't have a standard range or mid-range or any of that. It's literally either long range, dual motor, or long range Performance.
Yeah, it'd be interesting once the standard range or standard range plus comes out for the Y.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what kind of like mileage those would have. But I assume they're going to come with like the Gemini type rims. Yep. What do they call it on Y again?
Tempest? Oh, no, on the Tempest? Or sorry, on the S it's the Tempest. It's a Gemini on the Y.
Oh, it's still Gemini. Okay. So like the Geminis on Y with standard range, I would hope they could get still like, what, 2 and change?
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. I mean, it shouldn't be that much lower than the 3. It's amazing how close the Y is. So the
3 standard range is 250. So the Y would probably be closer to like 230, 240 maybe.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of how that works out for those of you asking that. Somebody, Max Elite is asking, would the Y be able to fit a 44-inch mini trampoline in it?
Maybe at an
That is
angle.
a mighty good question.
Maybe
So-
at an angle. I know that, I don't think
Yeah.
it's wide enough right there between like the wheel wells or something. I think it's closer to like 37 or something. I don't know. We'd have to check the numbers, but
We'll definitely have
if
to
you put it
measure
up at
that
an angle,
out.
it might.
But in the manual here, it does actually kind of go over a lot of these measurements.
Yep.
And you can see, like, what is it?
the
B
external
is the overall width. H is the wheel width. So there's really nothing like interior, but I mean, we'll definitely measure it as soon as we get ours. And if you are available, tag in on the live stream, and we'll make sure we bring a measuring tape.
Yeah, so sign up to get some notifications, and once we get our delivery, we'll pull to a different lot off Tesla property and start streaming and answering questions and then live.
We'll make sure to bring a measuring tape, because I know that's on everyone's mind right now. Is
And
everyone wants to know dimensions.
That's going to be probably via cell phone, so the video quality might not be as perfect as when we're in the studio, but we're going to just
I
try
don't
to
know.
get that
Maybe
to
we
you
should
as
go
soon as
somewhere downtown with 5G.
possible. Oh, we could try that as
We
well.
have
but
these
we
new
should go try-
Samsung Ultra phones. We each splurged and got some new phones. And we should go somewhere 5G. So maybe we'll do that. That's actually a good idea. So let's see. There's one other big thing. Catman said, "Are you going to buy the Roadster?" Thankfully, for everyone having used our referral code, we actually won a few of them. So we will be definitely getting some Roadsters.
Yeah, we're just waiting for word from Tesla on those. We haven't heard anything recently, but they do
Yeah.
show up in our Tesla account, those Roadsters.
Yeah, those will be really nice once we can take those to the track and everything. Let's see. People were asking about silver. So unfortunately, silver is not back. You still have the midnight silver option. So if we go here, we can kind of show you the midnight silver. It's a darker. It's almost like
Grayish. Yeah.
What was the other silver called?
I don't know. I don't know. Shark. Or, I don't know. I've heard different names of it. Dolphin or something.
No. What model? The other Model 3
Just
has?
metallic silver.
Just metallic
Yeah,
silver.
so
Okay.
on my Model S, it had a S90D that was metallic silver, and then we also ordered a long-range all-wheel drive Model 3 that was available in metallic silver, but then they stopped carrying that about September of 2018.
Yeah, and
They
so
haven't brought it back yet.
unfortunately, they haven't brought that back, and it was a great color. I absolutely
Yep.
loved it. I'm a huge fan of the white though. The pearl white looks amazing. I didn't care for the solid white, but the solid black, again, I'm not a huge fan of like the black. It shows swirl marks very easily, but I have a feeling the one we pick up this week is either going to be midnight silver or blue.
Those are just the ones we've seen on
because those are the
trucks.
most popular.
Yeah.
Colors.
I haven't seen any red ones and around town, and I think there've been a picture or two of the red one
Yeah.
online, but I haven't seen.
I've
them.
seen pictures of them on trucks to go get delivered, but in Colorado, we've only seen blue and midnight silver. So, I mean, yeah, those are probably what we're going to end up. I'm actually kind of leaning more towards midnight silver as a preference, but to be honest, a beggar cannot be a chooser. We'll take whatever we can get. Sean Graham, thank you for the super chat again. Really appreciate it. Can you give a roadster to your top super chatter? Probably not the whole car because I mean, so I'll tell you guys and let you guys in a little bit of a secret. I mean, a lot of people probably know it. So even though we won the cars, we still get taxed on the full value. So every car we win, we still have to pay like $95,000 to receive. But Sean, if you come to Colorado, I will totally give you a ride in one.
Or if you're not able
That's
to
not a
make
problem.
it to Colorado, we're hoping to do a road trip or
road
two.
trip.
We're not going to be able to see the entire United States and Canada in one road trip, but we might do a few road trips here or there and just visit various parts of the country and hopefully meet some of our viewers and some of those people who helped with using our referral code back when it was offered as a prize.
And like we'll be doing all kinds of like cool stuff with that and just kind of be showing it around when we drive around and doing meetups and everything. So it'll be a lot of fun. So just kind of keep an eye on that. No idea when we'll get it, but as soon as we do, we'll plan that. Even if it is in the dead of winter, I'll still be driving that thing. Doesn't bother me any. Brad King says, I was late to the party. Any info on white interior? Unfortunately, no. Some people have said they've gotten delivery dates at the end of the month for white interior, but technically we haven't seen any like rolling out with white interior. hopefully soon. That is why we actually had placed another order a while back with black interior so that we can just take delivery of one as soon as possible. So it's looking like early this week we'll take delivery of our black interior performance Model Y. And then hopefully in a few weeks we'll be able to get our white interior. And then we'll probably end up either selling or probably even like trading in the black interior Y. We'll just have to see how it works out. Maybe everyone will love it so much we'll keep it.
Yeah, and we do have some other people in the household, or other friends
family
and
members.
family around town that they might see it and fall in love with it and decide they need to take it off our hands. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's going to be a shortage of people that want to take a Model Y off our hands.
Yeah.
So we should be totally fine. Let's see. Dante is asking, what is the safest Tesla right now? I know they're all like top of their class, but I don't know which one is actually safest.
Yeah, I'd have to.
That's a really good question,
that.
actually.
I would
Dante.
just maybe think the 3 just because it is the newest one and they've learned off of the S and X, but the S and X were still top, like 5 stars when they came out.
I mean, all 3 models currently are 5 stars. We really haven't heard anything on why, but I would say any Tesla, you're safe in. You're much safer than a normal typical car. Let's see. Dylan is asking for the status of the Performance Model 3. Currently nothing, and I'm not sure if this whole coronavirus, lack of travel thing is going to play a role in anything coming up. More details to be disclosed at a later date.
It'll be interesting, though, just because, we've seen all these, like, okay, we're stopping all trade, we're stopping all air transport. We don't know what's going on. So when we have a car being transported, we don't know.
Yeah.
Which is a little
disconcerting.
Yes.
Not gonna lie, because that car has gotten so much time, money, effort put into it. I don't want anything to happen to it, obviously. So and we have people working kind of like behind the scenes to make sure everything is good, but
and we were hoping to visit it again at wherever it's going to be, which we can't mention just yet. But with the way airfare is going, we might not be able to do travel.
And it's not just airfare. It's also
not
like
airfare, but I mean the airlines and
airlines, but also like my job. So my job is requested that I don't visit certain places, and they're the ones that truly pay my bills. So I have to respect that. And if I do want to visit any of those places, I have to self quarantine for like 14 days without pay.
Yeah, if
I understand that, but it's not something I'm willing to risk to go see the car for my job.
Just for a couple days trip, it wouldn't be worth it to fly over, see it for a couple days, and then have to come back and stay in quarantine for 2 more weeks.
Exactly.
So probably not going to happen, unfortunately. It's just really bad timing.
Texemplar Garage asked for a shout out. Shout out. Catman, are you willing to competitively drag race your Roadster when you get it? I'll one up you. I'm willing to professionally race the Roadster on a track when I get it. And so the Performance Model 3 was supposed to be like my entry car to like get into track racing and everything. Haven't had it in a while, so that's kind of thrown a wrench into the whole situation. But I'm still doing things behind the scenes to brush up my skills and make sure as soon as the Roadster gets here, we're going to have a lot of fun with that. Let's see. Garlic said all the colors look great on Model Y. Yeah. Agree so much. Joe, huge thanks for the €5 super chat.
Oh yeah, Guten Morgen there in Germany.
There you go. One more time.
Guten Morgen.
He said, I wish you guys a nice day. In Germany, it's 1:43 a.m.?
Yeah, pretty early.
Oh my God, you're up super late. Thank you for joining in. It was great to have you here. Get some rest, though. Get some rest. Stay safe out there. Let's see. Greg Music says that getting out of a RAV4 and ordering a Model Y, should I shoot for the long range because of range anxiety or standard range? I don't care to wait. It really depends. We don't know the actual real rated range of a standard range Model Y yet. So being that on here, you can see a long range is at 316 miles. I'm willing to bet a standard is going to be a little less than a standard range
Yeah,
3, which is at 250. So I'd be willing to say, what, probably 230 is probably
or
good.
240, somewhere around there. So we don't know because they might have made some other adjustments too. And as we saw,
Yeah.
it's only like 300 pounds heavier. It does have a little higher. The aerodynamics aren't
Not
as good just
as
because it's
great.
taller. But you never know. They were able to get a really good rating out of the 19-inch Geminis. It's almost the same as the Model 3. So hopefully we'll see something really good with the standard range Y.
Yeah.
But so it would depend on how, are you going to do a lot of road trips? If not, you might be able to just get by with the standard range Y. But if you don't want to wait, you're going to probably have to get a long range one. Otherwise, you're going to probably be waiting several months or until next year before the standard range comes out.
Gonna try to get caught up with chat real quick. Let's see. Sean, thank you for answering. He said Model 3 is the safest, and then X and S are second and third. So, I mean, to be honest though, even like S being third is still far superior to any other car. So I would say any you're safe in, but technically 3 is the safest. A bunch of people are asking for an updated schedule. They're a little late to chat. So Model Y, we actually have 2 orders in, and we did this when back a little while ago. But anyway, we're gonna be getting one with a black interior first, hopefully early this week. Reason being, white interior. I don't want to say it's delayed, but it wasn't in the first batch.
Sounds like the first batch that went through manufacturing was all black interior.
Yep.
They started shipping those out. They switched over and started building the white interior. They're starting to ship those out now too, but they've already got those black interior distributed across the country.
Right.
So we're probably going to get one of those first.
Yeah, so we'll get a black interior, and then as soon as white interior is out, we'll either trade in or sell the black interior car, because the white's really what I want, but black will help us really kind of do a bunch of videos and just start to play around with sooner. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully early this week, though. So keep an eye. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on the little bell, because as soon as I know of a delivery date, which, to be honest, could be same day, like they call me.
Yeah, we are ready. We were ready, Friday.
Yeah.
We were like,
The whole
ready.
account's filled out.
We are
Everything's ready. Originally, when I called David about a different one, he was like, I don't know. But now he's like super on board.
Yeah, after about 10 minutes of thinking, it's like, oh no, yeah, let's go get it. Let's go get it.
So as soon as we can, we'll get it. So it could be very short notice for a live stream. So just make sure you turn on the bell. So that way, when we do take delivery, I can immediately live stream it and you get notified.
And I was really worried because we've been waiting for the last couple of weeks, wondering when we're going to get that first Y delivered. And I actually had a vacation scheduled, and I was supposed to leave town Thursday.
He was actually not supposed to be here right now.
Yeah, I was going to be gone Thursday through Monday, but because of what's going on with coronavirus and stuff, we canceled that trip, and I am here. So we are ready to take delivery. If you have a Y for us, we are ready. Can't get it tomorrow because they don't have cars delivery.
Have money, will travel.
Yeah, but they can't deliver cars in Colorado on a Sunday, so we're not going to get it tomorrow. So Monday's possibility, or hopefully sometime next week.
Yeah, definitely. It should hopefully be early next week, is last I heard. I guess we'll see. Somebody said any track of active suspension. Currently 3 and Y are only planned to be coil suspension. So it is just kind of what it is. If you want an active suspension, anything like S or X would really be your only options. The new suspension they have, though, is really awesome. We did a video on it and compared it to
It was impressive.
the, I don't want to say older style suspension, but the previous iteration of the air suspension, and it is a lot smoother.
Yeah, and I'm sure
a
there's
very
going to be
nice.
third-party suspensions coming
Most
out. Just like with
definitely.
the Model 3, there's a lot to choose from. So I'm sure they're going to have those options for the Y as well. But it's probably going to take a few months before those Ys get out there into the, so those shops are able to get the car and develop them.
Yeah, so definitely it's a lot of aftermarket stuff probably coming. Again, though, to be honest, if you plan on taking your car to a track, I probably wouldn't do air suspension. It's just not as great as a coil or coilover.
Coilovers, yeah.
That's what we have on our performance Model
Eric.
3 that we race.
We forgot to turn on the supercharger.
Oh, we forgot to turn on the supercharger.
Light it
Oh,
up.
no.
Oh, nobody reminded us.
Yeah, nobody reminded us. I don't think anybody reminded you to put your seatbelt on either.
Oh, yes. We always put the seatbelt on.
Let's
safety's
see. Farmer Gold says, when do you think Model 3 will get a design refresh? I actually would probably say maybe like later this year. I think they're going to end up putting a lot of stuff from Y, such as like the heat pump, stuff like that, into 3. But I mean, you never really know. They might have just done that on Model Y for now, just to help increase range as much as possible because it's a larger car. But I mean, I would assume eventually it'll make its way over.
A lot of the hardware things, hopefully. We have seen those, that there's going to be some other software things that are like exclusive to the Model Y. There was like an off-road assist or something, a functionality that's rumored to be coming eventually.
Yep.
And one thing that is missing, though, it doesn't look like they have a track mode on the Y yet.
At least not yet, yeah.
But there was no track mode on the 3 when it came out, so that's something they'll be adding, I'm sure, in a future software update.
Yep. Let's see. Roman says, just ordered a Model Y. I'm about to wire the money. What address and city, state, and zip should I put? I would call Tesla and make sure you get it right. I don't want to tell you what I have done in the past and it not be what it currently is.
And you don't have to necessarily wire the money. You can actually do an ACH transfer. You just go to your account and it will ask you to enter payment. You just put in your bank routing number and then your account number and the amount that you want to send, and you can send it all that way.
That'd probably be even easier.
And typically with those ACH transfers too, they won't charge you any fees. Whereas if you wire money, you're going to have to be paying a service fee on that.
Yeah, and I think most times I wire money, it's only like $30 or something. It's not like it's a lot, but I mean, at least go there. It's probably safer that way anyway. Make sure everything is all set up. Let's see. Ron is asking, do you think Model Y long range with 21-inch induction or Gemini? Again, depends on what you want. So this is Model 3 right now, but if you go to here, you can see, do they list? They don't list a range difference, but I'm willing to bet there's going to be some kind of range difference going into a larger, potentially heavier wheel with the induction. It also depends on what tire they're using. But the 19-inch or just all-wheel drive in general, long range is 316. I'm willing to bet you're probably going to get closer to like 300, 305.
Yeah, you're going to lose some miles. But one trick is if you are looking at getting the performance with the Uber turbines and you don't want to drive those years round, you might be able to find somebody who will swap those. Or if you're just interested in the range. A lot of people did that with Model 3. Yeah, a lot of people will swap. So they might have the 19-inch and they want the 21, and vice versa. Yeah. We've been able to find people online who will trade with you. It's easier if you're in a bigger city, but there's always somebody that will swap for you and pay cash for the difference.
Yeah. Garlic is saying, I wonder when Roadster and Semi will be available to buy and order. I mean, technically you can do that now. You just can't take delivery. Unsure of when that will be. Hopefully sooner than later. Arash is asking, hopefully I pronounced that right. Sorry if I didn't. Question, should I sell my Model 3 for Model Y? This has actually been a big question. I've been getting a lot of emails about this. And that is... it's very personal preference, really. Is a Y, could you use that extra room? Do you want a little bit more luxury things like the automatic rear hatch? Yeah. Could you use something that's a little bit higher up? I know I have some older family members. They would probably do a lot better in a Model Y over Model 3 because you can just kind of slide in rather than like slide down and up. So there's a lot to really take in there. I wish it were super cut and dry.
Also, it might be an easier decision to make if your car is a lot newer and you're able to get a good trade-in.
Completely agree.
Because we got a really good...
we'll have a video on that coming this week.
For our Model 3 that we're trading in.
We did get a really good trade-in offer, and I'm very, very happy with it.
Yeah. If your car is a couple years old, your 3 is a couple years old.
I think the mileage has a lot
of miles on it. You might not get as much of a trade-in, and then you're going to have to pay more cash on that. But with ours, it's such a good deal that it's like we can't not
It's stupid not to.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, a lot of things to keep into consideration. Catman says it's 2:24 a.m. in Egypt. Thank you so much for joining and welcome. I would love to visit Egypt sometime. Sometime I'll have to come out there. Let's see.
Catman, speaking of Catman, he was wondering if you would ever go to Mars.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Yeah. As long as we didn't have to pay for it.
Yep. Sean, I accidentally missed your another super chat. I apologize. But Sean, a huge thank you for the super chat again. As a current owners, how close does FSD seem?
It depends. I think on the highway, it's it's called navigate on autopilot. And again, full self-driving used to be separate. They had enhanced autopilot, full self-driving when we bought our cars. And then they've moved things around in the package. But on the highway, the full self-driving navigate on autopilot, it's pretty good. At least on road trips. Well, yeah. On road trips, I use it all the time on road trips. And when I drive all across Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas, I can turn it on and it will do the whole trip, 99% of the trip. I don't have to change lanes or anything. It just
Yeah.
works. One place I don't really use Navigate on autopilot is in heavy traffic around town, just because the car will want to constantly be changing lanes and it doesn't see far enough ahead. So I just use regular TAC, traffic aware cruise control and auto steer around town, and I make the lane changes myself.
Yeah.
But for full self-driving around town, we're still hearing rumors that they keep updating that and it's running maybe in shadow mode, but we haven't really seen anything recently. On Eric's Model 3, he does have the hardware 3 for autopilot,
Yep.
and so he gets all those visualizations which show traffic lights and stop signs and cones and stuff. But so he can probably talk a little bit more about that, but I don't think they're there yet.
So it's definitely recognizing stoplights and stop signs, and the stoplights, it's recognizing the color, which I think is a huge step in the right direction.
And even the arrows.
And the arrows, for sure. So I honestly think software is a fun game to play. I think they could probably do it very quick if they really focus on it. And I really think this is the year they're going to focus on FSD and software in general. They don't really have many other products coming out besides like Roadster, stuff like that. It's far enough out for Cybertruck. They don't really have to focus on that right now. I really think this year is going to be a good year for the FSD and software in general.
And their software is getting better, every release. I mean, sometimes there's few things that are a little different, but it gets better. And we've seen it since Autopilot 2 first came out. We've tested every release, and it's just, we had to stop doing some of our tests because it always got 100% perfect on those tests, so we don't do them anymore.
Yeah. Let's see. So Michael's saying Model Y was initially supposed to come out Q3, which is after Battery Day. I'm thinking Model Y probably has some new unannounced battery tech in it. Thoughts? I'm kind of torn on that. I honestly don't think new battery tech's probably coming till like next year. That's personal preference, like a personal idea.
It'll be interesting to see though, because battery announcement, Battery Day is coming up.
Battery Day is
supposedly
coming
next month, so it'll be interesting.
I'm curious to know though, are they gonna allow people there though? Or is this going to have to be a completely streamed event?
It might be a virtual event, yeah.
Exactly, which is kind of a bummer.
For everyone.
But I don't know. It always could have something in it. It could potentially have a bigger battery. It could be the same tech as Model 3, just maybe an additional module or something. It's a great question. As soon as I get mine, we'll do as much digging as possible. Obviously, not going to take the battery pack out of the car. Not going to destroy the battery pack. But we'll look and try to find as many things through diagnostic tools as possible. Let's see. Nasty Naz, do you think Model Y overall wheel diameter will be larger than Model 3 given the 21-inch wheel option? We honestly don't know the sidewall of those wheels yet. So that is also a very good question. I'm trying to see if there's any close-up tire pictures that I have that we can see.
I would think it would be bigger because on the 3, isn't it like 18, 19, and 20, whereas on the Y it's going to be 19, 20, and 21?
I think so, yeah. I don't have any really close pictures of the Y wheel. Yeah. The sidewall looks pretty decent on those 21s, so it might be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, we'll check that out later. So, hopefully next week when we get
this is the closest picture I have, unfortunately, and I can't make out any size or anything. But that sidewall looks pretty beefy. It could just be the angle the photo's at, but yeah, like David said, we'll check it out as soon as we get it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, like Striker saying, it's not like white interior's delayed. They weren't even supposed to get cars delivered until third quarter kind of thing. But white interior wasn't what was prioritized, it seems, from the factory. Black interior was. I should clarify that. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, Farmer Gold says, I just saw your Amazon shopping recommendations. Why do you have baby wipes on there? Baby on the way? Definitely not a baby on the way. So I use those baby wipes actually to clean the white interior seats. It makes everything wipe up super easily, and it's a baby wipe, so it's soft. It's not going to scratch the seats. Yeah. Things you want to stay away from are those magic erasers. While they do a good job of getting any stain or anything off those white seats, those have micro abrasion, I can't think of the word, but it's micro abrasive, and that can actually do little micro tears, which means future stains are going to impregnate even further into the material. So you want to stay away from stuff like that.
And you can use them on the dark interior, the black interior as well. Completely. But we just have the white, and sometimes
because you're still going to get stains on the black interior. You're just not really going to see it.
Yeah.
So definitely use them for however you want. But on the white interior, it just wipes up everything super, super easily. I did a video or two on it. If you type in on the channel like white interior, you'll probably find them. But
we've done some comparisons where you like taped off the seat and tested out all different products.
Alcohol versus baby wipes, etc.
Expensive stuff. And
baby wipes are just so convenient because most people that have kids, actually I think everyone that has kids carries those, but they're just so convenient. So that's why I threw that on there. And it's also the cheapest alternative. Xbox says 2 grown men talking about oversized Hot Wheels. Wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest.
You never grow up. No need to grow up.
I know. I'm not growing up. I mean, if you really want to see something funny, here, I'll show you something funny. Let me get the camera.
Oh, yeah, he's got to see. Not just Hot Wheels, but yeah, we've got...
They can't hear me.
The die casts.
But I have all those die casts right there.
Yeah, so we got,
That's...
Roadster, Model 3, Model S, Model X, Semi.
So that top shelf is $1,250.
Yeah.
So I grew up, and things just got more expensive. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Let me get the camera there. Sorry. But yeah, it's kind of fun. Let's see. A lot of people are saying, "Is there a baby on the way?" Oh man, that's funny. My Stream Deck. Here we go. Sorry. It reset. Let's see. Yeah. So Piero, HomeLink is not included in the Y. He says, I wonder if it's still included on the Premium 3. So actually, it's not included on any 3 and hasn't been since...
Sometime in mid 2018.
Yeah, mid
2019, sorry.
2019, yeah. They stopped putting that automatically, and now you have to pay $300 for HomeLink for 3 and Y. S and X do still include it, though. So yeah, kind of a bummer.
I saw Ryan's telling me to put the belt on again. It's like, I had it on already, but yeah, if this vehicle was in motion, I would have my
If this vehicle was in motion. That's hilarious. Okay. Oh yeah, a bunch of people are saying seatbelt. Oh wow. Okay. Let's see. Got Grapes, can you guys stream more for the next 2, pretty please? No sports or live TV has really effed me up. I mean, to be honest, like if I'm not able to go to work, maybe I will stream some more. I mean, are you working from home now, pretty much?
I don't know yet. We'll see what happens next week.
Still waiting on that.
But again, we do plan, if we get the delivery of the Model Y next week, we're definitely going to do a live stream any day, whatever it is.
Yeah, for sure.
And we could probably do one again next weekend for people who don't catch it during the week.
Definitely. But we are happy to do this. It's fun to hang out with you guys, so I'm more than happy to do it as much as we can. Peter Thornton from Down Under, welcome. I hear from another YouTuber that the Y does not have towing. WTF. And I'm assuming that's what the freak.
Yeah. And from what we've seen so far, it does not have it in the North American market currently. But there is a cover on the back of the rear diffuser where it looks like it can be removed, and they could add that tow hitch at a later date. So we're hoping that's something that they'll be able to add with a service center visit. And we did find some information where they have all, diagrams for the wiring, and they talk about tow mode in the Model Y.
Yep.
So we're thinking it's coming. We're hoping that's for North America.
On Tasmanian, where was that? I thought I had that open. Let me find it real quick. But he actually had it on his site where he found it. So let's just open that. Sorry for the delay. Let me drag this onto screen. So he found, it was given, I don't know how he got it, but YOLO, he's got it, which is awesome. But Tesla Model Y trailer mode in a future update. So it's definitely coming. And it even talks on here is in Canada, towing is limited to 55 miles an hour. So it's definitely coming for North America, whether or not, I mean, I hope it's for US too, but I would assume so. So, I mean, he has an article on his site, so definitely go check it out. But yeah, we all want tow mode really bad on Y. Let's see. Connor is asking, how do you make money? Are you a magician? No, that would be kind of fun though. No, so we each have day jobs and we each have some side businesses that we're involved in. So we stay very busy, but wouldn't have it any other way. Let's see. Tesla McBird. That's kind of fun. Would you recommend, or what would you recommend for an all-season tire and the performance? Why? I would try to stick with something that's TO or Tesla original kind of tires, so that way it has that air foam in it, which will help reduce road noise. So whatever Tesla is using on their Geminis, those are what I would recommend. It just helps cut down any noise. Knowing if you get a Roadster or a Model 3 for free, you get to choose what it'll be. I don't know if they're doing any Model 3s for free. But the Roadster is a Founder series.
Yep.
So that's kind of nice. Let's see. Ryan Lines. It's at 1:55 p.m. in New Zealand. That's actually not bad. But welcome. Connor's asking, you got Corona? No. Not that I know of.
Not that we know of, because
I was in China, and a lot of people are spamming the crap out of those videos asking me if I got the coronavirus. I have not been sick, so I don't think so. Let's see.
I saw Andrew Davidson was asking about that Model 3.
Miltech?
Yeah, we saw that.
Yep.
And
a lot of people send me that video.
It's not my cup of tea.
No, not mine either.
One of the best things about an electric car is that it doesn't make noise. I mean, for those of you who still want that kind of exhaust noise, you can go ahead and add that to your car. But
yeah.
I like the car being as quiet as possible, and I can accelerate from a stoplight and nobody hears anything. It's nice. But we do have a video coming up, hopefully next week, it's not the same as a Miltech system, but it is a way that you can do custom audio pedestrian sounds on your 3
and it's
or
available
SRX.
for 3 SN, all of them. So.
And it's a lot cheaper too.
Yep. Roldly Desire is asking why Tesla doesn't refresh the styling of their cars. So S is very iconic as it looks. We saw some things when they took it to the Nürburgring, their Plaid cars. So I definitely think once Plaid comes out, you will be seeing an exterior refresh and fingers crossed an interior refresh. I would love to see something more kind of styled like a Model 3, but they need to do something to elevate it.
So keep it a little more upscale, yeah.
Exactly. So like the air vent, I would love to see that. I would love to see a horizontal screen, but perhaps instead of a 15-inch like 3NY, maybe they can up it to like a 17-inch. Something to give it a more premium look and feel. Perhaps a heads-up display if they get rid of that center
instrument cluster.
Cluster.
I still would prefer the instrument cluster, but if there was a heads-up display, I could live with that.
I think that could be a good substitute. There's a lot of things I think they could do to S and X to help elevate them. I think potential new seats with like massagers in them, or I mean, it sounds completely crazy, but Mercedes has been doing this for a long time. Yeah. They definitely need to elevate to a certain degree. Got Grapes said 420 viewers secured. Yes. We kind of blew past that, but yeah.
But it'd be nice, if with that Plaid, hopefully there'll be some upgrades on the interior and some changes to the exterior as well.
Yeah, I hope we see both, to be honest.
Because we saw, on those prototypes, they had like changes to the rear diffuser, the spoiler, so there's got to be some other body changes as well, I would expect.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. EV Fan VT, why do they not have a tow hitch behind the plastic cover? So many people need a trailer bike rack for this CUV. Couldn't agree more. I'm willing to bet it's due to the regulations to actually get an OEM tow hitch. The regulations, there's a lot of things in testing and all that to go through. So I'm willing to bet just to get the car out there, they kind of pushed some of that to the side while that's going through all its regulatory approval. Hopefully it comes out soon because like we showed, they actually do have a trailer mode and everything coming in a future update. So hopefully once everything is approved, they can throw that on there and we can start putting a bike rack on there. Because bike rack is what I'm more concerned with. I'm not really concerned with towing.
Not many.
At least not right now.
Not yet. In the future, we might,
potentially
need a small trailer if we go to Home Depot or something like that. But it's not something we're going to be towing a trailer a lot. But bike rack, we could use that a lot.
Yeah. HKHP said, how the heck do you have those third row Model X seats? Are they fake?
These are completely
legit. So I actually bought these, fun fact, on eBay. I made a video about it too. Definitely go check it out. I bought just sorry, I don't know where I'm pointing. I bought just these. So they were from totaled cars. I didn't buy them from like a new car or anything like that. But they're from totaled cars. Don't push that button.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I didn't do it.
They're not powered up, so the headsets do not fold forward.
But anyway, I built bases and covered it in auto carpet, and then put those on there. And so that's kind of like our little couch chat in the studio.
So the seatbelts work, the cup holders work great.
Yep.
The USB is not wired up.
I still need to wire the USB and the heated functionality. And maybe the fold functionality. I don't know if I would really need that.
And you can't tell probably on the camera, but maybe you can if you have a good enough feed.
You can on this one.
This is the non-perforated seat, and this other set here is the perforated one, which they offered. I don't think they offer perforated in the third row anymore, but this was
I don't know if you can tell.
Back in 2018 or so, they had the perforated seats in the Model X.
Yeah. But yeah, they're from a totaled car. It's a fun video. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. Let's see. Catman says, have you ever cleaned dog poo from the seats? No. Thankfully,
not.
Our dogs don't
have that
do
problem.
that or puke in the car. Thank God. But they have a really long nail, so we don't really put them in the car too much. But hopefully things change with the Y. But also, they're very tall, so they don't fit very well in Model S
or in the S.
3.
So that's one thing we're looking forward to with the Y, just because it's a higher ceiling in there compared to the S. So hopefully we'll measure that out, but hopefully the dogs will fit better in there because our dogs are pretty good sized. We did get Brecken. We took him to the vet today in the S. Did great, but yeah, he's at 127 pounds. So.
Yeah. Andrew says, hello, David.
Hello. Okay.
Got Grape says, what about that Kit Kat collection? So when I went to Japan and China, I bought a bunch of Kit Kats.
There's a few left
I have
right there.
some over here. We kind of put them upstairs so we could eat them. I took a few to work because I got wasabi flavored ones, and I'm not a fan of that. So we've been mulling over them.
I don't know. Still a bunch left.
I was originally like, maybe we should do what was that video called that we started with?
Tesla Taste Test Tuesday.
That's the one. We started that back 3 years ago. Yeah. We made one episode and then canned it.
We did some Swedish fish flavored
Actually, I need to pull
Oreos, as well as, and we compared it to the regular Swedish fish. And it was a nice, fun little video when we were brand new to Tesla. But basically, that was the only episode of Tesla Taste.
Okay,
Test
so
Tuesday.
it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So try not to flame us on this one. It was 3 years ago. And it has 700 views. It was hilarious.
Oh, wow, that's way back then. Not as many views back then.
I don't have the audio, I don't think, on this computer going in. But anyway.
Look for it. Well, I had a really long intro.
Oh, no, there we go. Yeah. Anyway, so we went up to the mountains and literally just we're trying Swedish fish and Oreos. It's very cringy. Please don't go watch it.
It was a fun video though.
Just don't go watch it.
No,
Save yourself.
Go watch it. Give it some thumbs up.
It's cringy. Yeah. Throwback, I guess. That's what we can call it. Let's see. Brad, yes, that Cybertruck that you probably saw on the shelf is actually made out of Legos. We have a video on that.
Yeah, we've got that. Yeah.
Due to the whole Copa things with YouTube, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's videos that are potentially geared. Watch out for the wheels.
Yeah, I see the wheel.
He broke them.
No, it's still there.
So some things are. Here, I'll put it on your camera. Some things get not pushed very well.
And then
some videos that they deem as geared towards kids, but I mean, it was a fun video, so definitely go check it out if you are curious.
Yeah, and you can get the instructions
and everything.
Where to order the parts. And
it was actually pretty fun.
And once the diecast comes out, we will get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Corey, hello from LA. Hopefully all is going well in LA. Maybe you've seen a Model Y or two, Corey. That would be cool. Let's see. So Farmer has a good question. How has the coronavirus affected the new Tesla factory in China? So I believe it was Teslarati did an article on what they were doing at Gigafactory 3. Maybe I'll look for it real quick. But they've really upped everything, temperature checking when people come in and a bunch of other cleaning processes and stuff like that. And they are still producing. So everything is going swimmingly, I would say, over there. And a lot of things are actually coming back online in China. So that's great to see. We did see though that they are putting autopilot 2.5 computers in Model 3
Currently, we've seen reports
in China only, not the U.S. market.
Yeah.
Or at least not that we know.
And those are on people that didn't order full self-driving, those that did
Right.
got hardware 3. But anyone who wants to buy full self-driving can get that upgraded to hardware 3, no problem. Mm-hmm. And the Tesla is still doing that in the United States. They're upgrading cars that have been purchased. Again, we're still waiting on our Autopilot 2 car to get it updated, but we're hoping that will happen sometime in April.
Fingers crossed, ASAP. Let's see. Rain says, for the Y, are you planning on keeping Tesla rims or third party? So I plan on having the Uber turbines, the Geminis, and at least one set of third party, maybe 2. Not sure yet.
It'll also
we
depend,
literally have like 5 sets of rims in the garage.
So it kind of depends on the bolt
But,
pattern,
yeah.
because if it's the same
Completely.
as the Model 3, then we can totally just move those wheels that we have in the garage already and put them on the Y. But if it's different bolt pattern, then probably we'll limit the number of different wheel sets we have.
Yeah. Congratulations, David. He said his wife said yes for the Model Y, but he has to wait till December. We don't want 2 big car payments. It's completely reasonable, but I mean, December is not that far away. Let's be real. I don't even know where 2019 went, and we're already a third of the way through 2020, so it'll be here before you know it. But congrats. Somebody's asking, do I prefer the 3 or the Y? So that's really hard for me to make that decision right now. I would say, because I've really only gotten a ride in a Model Y. I haven't actually driven a Model Y. I'm going to think, though, I'm going to enjoy the Model Y over the Model 3 just because it's up a little higher. It has the auto lift gate. It's just a little bit bigger of a car. I love Model 3, don't get me wrong.
More versatile with the cargo capacity in the back
Exactly.
and being able to fold those seats down. So it's got a few new bells and whistles that you don't see on the Model 3. So I think I haven't actually been in a Y yet, but I'm very much looking forward to it.
I can't wait to see your reaction to Y, to be honest. Sean with another super chat. You're killing it today, man. Thank you so much. Fun fact, the average range of ICE cars is 300 to 400 miles. People can stop with the range anxiety. What ICE car fills a tank overnight? And see, that's like the big thing. When people are like, what's the greatest thing about a Tesla? Greatest thing is I wake up every morning with a full tank.
Never have to buy gas.
Exactly.
And you can go anywhere, pretty much anywhere in the country, even anywhere in Europe, anywhere in China. The supercharger network is almost everywhere. Right now, there are still a couple spots in the United States you can get to, but it will take a while to get back. But they just got the equipment delivered in North Dakota. So those 3 or 4 supercharger sites across North Dakota should be coming online this month. And then you'll pretty much be able to drive anywhere in the continental United States.
Yeah.
The contiguous United States. It's still going to be a while before they get up to Alaska.
Yeah.
But they don't have very many roads up in Alaska.
I mean, some people have done it, so.
But, we've traveled, we have no range anxiety. We've had only Teslas for the last few years. And we've driven to California, to Las Vegas. We've driven, Kansas, South Dakota, Nebraska. We have no problem getting anywhere in our Teslas.
And shout out to Wade. He actually took his Model 3, and I think he went to like every state or something crazy. He actually went up to Alaska through Canada, and he did it. So, I mean, shout out to him for that.
It's nice that they got the Trans-Canadian Highway covered now.
awesome.
We were looking forward to taking a road trip up there. Might be in a Roadster, might be in a Cybertruck. We don't know. But we will be up there one of these
Oh my God,
days.
can you imagine the Roadster? That would be epic.
It will be nice.
Okay,
Maybe we'll do both. We can have a convoy.
Yeah. Rain Films, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. It said, love these live streams. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Let me go back and see where kind of we're at.
Somebody's asking again.
Somebody said that they're actually disappointed there's no cargo shelf planned for the Y.
Yeah.
So
I've seen a couple people mention that.
Look here,
and I'm surprised there's not even like a little frame or something where they could put a cargo shelf.
Yeah, so like if you look here, there's like
nothing,
no place to put it. I mean, I imagine maybe someone can like put on like double-sided tape thing right here that you can sit it on. I honestly don't know, but that is a very good observation. And
a little
David
surprised
and I
they
were,
don't have that as an option.
We were talking about that the other day. Actually, was it this morning?
It was today.
And we were like, why are they doing that? A lot of people in California especially had issues with people breaking into their Tesla, putting the back seat down and trying to see if there's anything of value in the trunk. Yeah. This takes that away, but also it takes...
it works both ways, though. If it's empty, you can see there's no reason to break in. But if
then you
there's
don't have
something
a spot to put something.
But also, if there is something back there, they can see there's something back there.
One thing I would recommend is this right here, this shelf. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm circling. Does actually come up much like the 5-seater Model X, and there's room under there, maybe like 5 or 6 inches deep. So you can put stuff there, or you can put stuff right here.
Definitely
you
smaller
could even
things.
put stuff in the front. I would probably avoid that though, because if people have a 9-volt battery, they can pop that. But I would probably put anything of value in like these two. That way nobody really knows unless they fully break into it. And if they're that committed, they're going to find anything you got anyway. So I would just be very safe. Got Grapes is talking about getting a Cybertruck in 2 years. That'll be awesome. Congrats on a Cybertruck. That's going to be epic. And that's a really good plan. If you can save 30 grand by then, down payment, your monthly payments will only be like $200 a month. It's a great deal, actually. It's not a bad idea. I might have to borrow that. Let's see.
I saw some other people were asking about the 12 volt, and it has. I don't know if you can see it in those pictures there, but there has been reported that there is
Isn't
a
it
12
on the
volt
other
plug.
side, or is it on this
It's
side?
in the back. I believe it's on that side. There is a 12 volt plug.
Let's scroll
on the
through.
driver's side in the rear, in the little like cubby hole in the. I don't know if we have
so it's probably right
yeah.
in here.
So it does sound like kind of like with the Model X. There is a 12 volt plug in the rear.
Which is really great for any of you that like take your bikes out or anything and you want to fill your tire. You can just plug your inflator into that 12 volt instead of having to go to the one in the center console. We just need that tow hitch. And like Capturing the Awesome mentioned, if no tow hitch, how could you fit a bike rack, or will it be roof only? So we have seen some Model Ys manufacturer plates going around with the same rack that like Model 3 has. Yeah. Whether or not it is the exact same or there's some slight modifications, unknown right now. But it does look like a roof rack is an option.
Yeah, so that's.
But to be honest, I don't want to have to lift my bike on top of an already pretty tall car.
Exactly.
I want that hitch.
Might be okay for easier for skis or something like that.
Skis, snowboard,
or
completely.
Yeah. So, but we'll have to check that out.
Or maybe like a kayak.
Something
that you can't put on the back.
And again, or if you're a lot taller, if you're 7 feet tall, it might be a lot easier to put your bike up there. But we'll have to take a look at that Model 3 roof rack and see if it does fit on the Y.
And just like Model 3, dude. He said there's no way I would ever put a bike on the roof of my car.
Not with glass. Yeah.
I feel the same way because if you don't like latch everything down completely hard, being an all glass roof.
Or just even if it is just lifting it up. If you're done with worn out after a long ride.
Yep.
All it takes is one slip and you could chip the glass, and that's not going to be worth it.
Steve Feinlater says I'm in self quarantine. It sucks. The UK is about to hit a new level as Italy. Your videos are keeping me occupied. Thank you. Hopefully you are okay. Hopefully you get through this no problem. Sending best wishes your way. Stay safe. I mean, everything I've read, as long as you don't have like a pre-existing condition or any kind of like breathing issues, you should be okay. I'm not really worried about getting it myself. I'm more worried about any elderly potentially getting it, anyone with a compromised immune system, or even just supplies at the grocery store because of the way people have been treating it. But just stay safe out there. We might be doing extra live streams, so just keep tuned too. Let's see. Logan is asking, is cooled seats an option for S or X? Currently, no. Hopefully when Plaid comes out, they bring that back because that was kind of a nice feature. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going to try to get through some of these. We got a lot going on here. We've got another $5 super chat from
cool.
Sean.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Sean.
Yeah.
Sorry to be such an attention though. I read somewhere that Model Y has a 15-minute supercharge capability. Do you know anything about that? I don't.
I haven't heard. I know that I've heard rumors.
I haven't heard
with
that.
The newer, the Plaid version, it goes to support up to like 350 kilowatts, but I haven't heard if the Y will be able to go up to 350 or not. That'd be interesting to see.
That's actually really interesting.
I mean, of course, there's no superchargers that you can do 350 kilowatts at
yet.
But if it hits the 250, that would be great. And we have a supercharger close to our house that we're eagerly awaiting to open, so we would definitely be taking it up there to test it out, see how high it goes. But maybe if they ever do come out with a CCS adapter, maybe we can hit some of those Electrify America chargers and see if it hits 350.
Yeah. Eric was asking what time we plan to end the live stream. Probably, I don't know, maybe like 10, 15 minutes. That's going to be kind of the goal because it is Scott's birthday. So we want to go have birthday cake and
Upstairs,
have dinner with Scott.
Yep.
So we'll probably end this here soon. But let's see. Dixie says you should put your not a flamethrower in the background. So actually,
Oh yeah, we got some room
we
for it up here.
have a surfboard to put up there. We have the SpaceX skateboard with actual carbon fiber they use in SpaceX. It's just some of the extra they had. They made skateboards with them, so we got one of those. We have the not a flamethrower. We have a lot of stuff to put up on the wall there. Some of it might actually go kind of behind the camera, but we need to put some stuff up there, and we'll probably be switching that out
I saw
regularly.
a question earlier. I scrolled past it. I can't find it now. But somebody was asking about that HomeLink transmitter and if we can just get it installed when we take delivery. Unfortunately, that's not really an option. They don't even have it listed as being compatible with the Model Y right now, so you can't really order it in advance.
Yeah.
And so we're going to have to get the car and then order that at a later date and take it back in and get it installed. Again, it'd be nice if it came with it, upon delivery, but it doesn't look like it's going to come that way.
That's actually probably like one of the things I'm most, I don't want to say upset, but like most disappointed with. I really, like I use HomeLink on it like every day, twice a day.
Yeah.
And I really want that.
And pretty much any like Ford or other car you can get,
Completely.
even like, $20-something thousand car, they have those transmitters built in. And I think Tesla's just trying to keep costs down because they probably have to pay a licensing fee for every car that would be delivered with one. And by not delivering them in every single car, they don't have to pay that money.
Yeah. And, okay, so it is pronounced Rain. So thank you, Rain Films, for the super chat. I just want to make sure I got it correct. So that was Ron who asked you that.
Okay, yeah.
If you can get in a HomeLink installed before you pick up. But
There
yeah,
it is,
unfortunately, I tried to do that actually with the Model 3 all-wheel drive I have now, and it wasn't an option. I unfortunately couldn't. They said they couldn't install it until I took delivery, and the day I took delivery, they either didn't have any or were already booked up, and they couldn't. So I think it took like a week or two maybe before I could get it. I honestly don't remember, but
I remember you had your little. Well, actually, too, we had that standard range plus, and I remember you had the little remote and with the keypad and all that.
And it was awful.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Don't take it the wrong way. I don't mean to complain about that because it's not that bad. But based on what I have been dealing with, it was a complete switch to remember having to close the garage. Luckily, our garage doors, the system we have actually closes after 5 minutes. But then it beeps, and it's easier if I just do it.
Yeah, so it'd be nice. It's so nice to have the HomeLink functionality of being automatic like that whenever we leave or come.
For sure. Let's see. Some people were talking about their dogs.
Yeah. Well, I see.
127-pound dog. What is?
That's Brecken. Kit's probably right around 125. So that's the older dog is Brecken. He's 127. Kit's probably 120, 125, and then we have a third one.
I honestly think Kit's more like 130 now.
He might be bigger now.
Like Kit and Layden don't look that heavy, but they are super heavy, especially like Layden being like 90 pounds. Those dogs are complete muscle. All they do is run around.
So yeah, it's like over 300 pounds with all three of them.
Yeah.
They're a handful.
They wouldn't have it any other way though.
And I saw Roldy is mentioning coming to, if we come to Canada, we got to visit Montreal. I actually
bet.
I lived for a couple of years in Montreal. I went to McGill, so yes, we'll definitely be heading back up to Montreal.
You bet. Let's see, Richard, have you sold any Tesla stock? Are you planning on buying more? All of the above. Certain things I wanted to make sure I covered with the whole situation. Certain things I'm like, hey, maybe I should buy some more. But it's kind of been all over the place, but that goes with the market in general.
Yeah. I'll have to admit, though, I did buy some Tesla stock like 6 years ago. I did sell it this past week just because of the, things were kind of dropping, and I wanted to make sure to lock in those earnings that it's really gone up since I bought it back in 2014.
Yeah. Got grapes. Bought a 36-pack of Kit Kats from a reliable source on eBay for the low. They are delicious. And so the cool thing, like when I was in Japan, they have pretty much every flavor you can think of. Let me grab this real quick.
But yeah, I don't know if we had like 20 different flavors. There was
something like that. There's like what's called like the Tokyo banana. That's really big there. But like these are, here, let me switch to this camera. These are the melon flavor.
Yeah, kind of like
those ones are super, super good. Super good. Let's see what else we have here. These are chestnut, actually. Delicious. Super good.
Yeah. We got a lot of...
these ones are probably one of my favorites.
Are those the peach?
The peach.
Yeah. But we had all different kinds. We
so
had
good.
Like we had
sake flavored.
They had wasabi flavored. All different kinds.
I wasn't a fan of the wasabi though. Yeah. That one really wasn't my jam. Yeah. But like down here, like this is all I really have left. Everything else is like upstairs and been eating. I took some to work, like the wasabi flavor ones. Gave those to coworkers. But.
Yeah, I see FC's talking about we mentioned the CCS adapter. I'm hoping they get that released sometime too.
Yeah.
Because they came out with that in Europe when they released the Model 3 there, and then they made it so you could upgrade the S and X if you didn't, so you could use a CCS charger there. So it would be nice if they brought it to the United States and Canada. I don't know why they haven't already. Like you said, some of the supercharger sites are really getting crowded, and with Electrify America building their network out, it would be really nice if we could take advantage of those. They're not going to be cheap, but it would be an option.
Yeah. What did those CCS chargers cost? Was it $500?
It depended on if you had like a Ford or depended on the car.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the adapter?
The adapter.
I think it was for the S and X that included also the wiring, because they have to redo some wiring between your charge port and your battery, so that it will be able to communicate with the CCS charging system.
Yeah.
For the 3, they come standard with those CCS ports now, so it already has that wiring built in from the factory.
But the adapter itself is $500, correct?
I don't remember if it was 500, 300, but it includes the installation.
Let's browse
in
on Tesla. Oh, it's on Europe site?
Yeah, it's only in Europe. They don't have it in
That's right.
United States. So it's not in dollars. It's in like euros or pounds. Yeah.
Okay. Jim says the Spacex skateboard could be cool with an electric motor. Couldn't agree more. But with the current situation of electric skateboard companies, I don't know how I could do that. I don't have that kind of level of expertise. I wish I did. Let's see. Eric is asking, what powers your not a flamethrower? Is it propane?
Yep.
Propane.
Little propane canisters.
To be honest, don't really use it that much. If I use it, there's either an Instagram video, an Instagram photo, or it's for a YouTube video.
Yeah,
Besides that, don't use it.
Yeah.
I just don't really have a reason to be 100% honest. Let's see.
Yeah, someone mentioned 500 euros for that CCS adapter. So
it is 500. Okay.
It's not cheap, but it's nice. It gives you that option, and it's a lot smaller than the Chatamo adapter, which is several feet long and pretty kludgy.
Yeah. God Grape says, I use double-sided tape, put my garage door opener on the inside of the door storage, and it's super easy to reach and click. That's actually not a bad idea. I didn't know where to put mine because the little clip it comes with wouldn't fit over the visor, and so I'd oftentimes just put it in a cup holder, and then it'd rattle around because I drive fun, I guess we'll say. So I just wasn't a huge fan. We had like the garage door opener thing you put on the outside with like the flip cover, and we were thinking about taping that to like the roof of the car. It was getting to be really ridiculous, so thank God Tesla called to install it.
Yep.
But I'm gonna have to redo that now that we talk about it out loud.
Yeah, we can do it again.
Okay. Catman, do you think AI will take over and destroy humans? I mean, I've seen enough movies to know that it is not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, we haven't seen the latest Terminator movie yet, though, so
maybe that's what we'll do this weekend. Jim, thanks for the chat, guys. I'm out for the day. Thank you for joining, Jim. It's been a blast. Let's see.
I think we should be wrapping it up, though. We got to get up to dinner, and the dogs. I'm surprised they haven't been out in here, but normally dogs get hungry about this time.
I bet Scott fed them. Somebody said it's 1:32 a.m. in UK. Dang, Andrew. Yeah. Wow, you guys killed it. Oh, we forgot to do the solar update. Thank you, Logan.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, time out. We got to do solar update. And actually, real quick, Sean, thank you with the $5 again.
Yeah.
You are absolutely
So he was talking about
today.
V3. So that would be, the 250 kilowatts, which they're putting in all around the country now.
Yeah.
Filling in the holes and gaps and even upgrading some existing sites.
And 180 miles in 15 minutes, I think is... I mean, you'd have to get in there pretty low a battery charge.
Yeah, and the right temperature.
And at the right temperature, so...
But it is possible.
It is possible. Just make sure if you are navigating to a V3 supercharger, any supercharger for that matter, make sure you put that in the car, that's your destination, and it'll start preheating or pre-cooling, making sure your battery's at the optimal temperature to accept that charge at the highest rate possible.
Yep.
But 180 miles, 15 minutes, not a problem, actually. Let's get to... the solar update.
Yeah.
Would you like to start it up, David? We have
Oh,
our
sure, pull up
first.
So basically, this I think
usage
the
here.
monthly graph for March. You can see we've had some really good days where we're almost every day we've produced more solar than we've used, than energy we've used. So if you look at that graph, that yellowish line is our solar production every day, and highest value so far this month was just shy of 100 kilowatt hours. That was earlier.
There were
on
like 2 days that were basically kissing 100.
We still have not past 100 kilowatt hours a day, but we keep getting really close. But lately we've had a few clouds and stuff, so you can see later on in the month, a couple of days where we weren't getting as much solar, but we're still almost every day producing more energy than we're actually using, and that's to charge the house as well as, currently 3 Teslas.
And then we have here.
So that's just showing, for the past week, another good week. And
so anything below this line right here is what we sent back to the grid.
Yes, and so we get credits for those on our electric bill.
Yeah.
So this basically subtracts out or cancels out anything. So we're actually at a surplus so far for the month. I guess I don't think I sent you a graph for that, but let me find the number on that really quick.
Oh, okay.
But let me pull this up here. Month. So for the month of March, we have produced 1,062 kilowatt hours, and of that, we've only used 835 in the house. From the grid, we actually did use 372 kilowatt hours, but we've sent 549 back. So we have about 170 credits, and so basically they'll give us credits back depending on time of use. So if it's stuff we sent back in the afternoon, it'll be worth more than what we sent back in the early morning. But pretty much from March now through hopefully October, maybe even November, we won't have an electric bill because solar will be providing all of that.
And here's kind of like what a typical day.
This is our best day for the
down.
week. And you can see it started out really great. You can tell we were charging the cars overnight.
Here you can see there's 3 cars. So we actually had all 3 charge. So here was one. Here was another. That was probably mine because I probably didn't really go anywhere. It might have been the Model S. Didn't go anywhere really. And then here is all one. And as you can see, all that is.
So this is from the grid when it's blue.
Blue, yes.
And then when it turns green like that, that shows the power walls are kicking in and taking over. And they can just see that they still had enough power in reserve that they could go ahead and help power the charging of the cars because the sun was getting ready to come up. Then you can see Eric preheated his car. That's what that little
That's what this
spike
little blurb is. Me.
That's his Model 3.
Not wanting to freeze my butt.
And then you can see the sun, really good day up until, maybe about 3 p.m. Then we started to get some clouds and kind of dropped off.
Definitely some clouds here.
But you can see too, it's starting at 2 p.m., the power walls took over again, and where that line is, that's showing our peak period where the electricity is most expensive. And we pretty much always power the house via solar and via the power walls. And then later on the night, it looks like we were doing some laundry. And I can tell we did probably 2 or 3 loads of laundry, plus we made something in the oven. I can tell that just by, I look at these graphs.
So wait, is this the oven? What was going on at like 9 or 10?
That's
probably laundry.
No, that's probably actually when you were downloading your new game, and your computer is a really beefy computer, so that boosts up. I think when
That's
you're really using your computer and its graphics cards, it uses a lot of power.
So like this setup, someday I'll have to do a video on it. This setup's pretty nutty. I have my own computer here that actually is the live stream computer. It handles all the encoding and all that jazz. It has 2 screens. Normally one has chat, and normally one has the other stuff, and its own basically system. CPU. And then in front of me here I have screen up top, screen down low. Screen down low is what you're seeing right now. That is like my gaming PC. The screen up top is just got other stuff on it, and then it has its own system over here. And we also have the 2 cameras. We have the lights. Literally a lot goes on in this studio. So
but we're all being powered by the power walls currently. It's all, once.
Yeah. I mean, it's great that it actually works out flawlessly, and we're able to bring you live streams without taking energy.
So right now I can look at the graph on the Tesla app, and I can see that we're using 2.5 kilowatts.
Here, do you want to bring it up to does it have anything like about the address real quick?
No.
Okay, go and show the camera here.
Let me go back. I just swept to the YouTube. So basically, where are we at here? So basically, the Tesla app.
You got fingerprints all over that.
Yeah, sorry.
Here, let you use the iPad.
Oh yeah, he's got a match thing. But basically, it shows that we're using about 2.3 kilowatts in the house right now, and the power walls are providing all of that. we're not taking anything from the grid, and the sun's down, so we're not getting any solar.
Oh, I have to sign back in. Okay, just use yours.
Okay, but trying to, yeah, so.
Lots of fingerprints.
So basically, you can see the green. I'm trying to see. Okay, there we go. There we go. So basically, it looks like we are pulling a little tiny bit, like 300 watts, 100 watts from the grid. That's just kind of something it does every once in a while, just to like
check grid.
Yeah, make sure it's still up. And basically, though, you can see that our power walls power the house from about 2 p.m. until about 2 a.m. and then solar usually kicks in, and the power walls kick in again in the morning, and we still power the house about 20 something hours per day via solar and the power walls.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And now with like the solar renting and everything, you can do a lot with it. So it's really come down in price. We actually. Somebody said they can still see it. The smudges are not that bad. I'll buy him a different screen.
Yeah, we need a matte screen protector. Something like that.
Anyway, being that we did buy it, it's a little bit different than having just rented it, but the rental prices are extremely low. We did a video on it and actually mentioned if that was available at the time, we probably would have gone that route, just because in 5 years we could have gotten new equipment and there isn't really any term that you have to commit to or anything like that. So anyone like wanting to get into it can definitely check that out. It's got a lot of benefits. I mean, we're here charging 3 to 4 cars, household usage, all of it.
No gas bill, no gas station visits.
Yeah.
So we are saving at least $400 a month between charging all of our cars and powering the house.
I mean, just off not having to buy gasoline for our cars is saving hundreds right there. Yeah. Not to mention we're not having to buy electricity for the house. It adds up really fast. So, I mean, yeah.
And for
it's really nice.
And also, we do still use some power from the grid, maybe after 2 a.m. to maybe 4 or 5 a.m. But all of the grid usage that we do use, we subscribe to something through our electric company called WindSource, where basically it's
Hold on, your camera's like doing something funky.
Okay, but basically we subscribe to WindSource, and basically that is invested into wind energy in the state of Colorado. So we offset all of our usage from the grid with wind energy.
Yeah, definitely look into solar if you haven't already. It really is great. I mean, having power walls really helps out for the times that you don't have solar, such as nighttime and everything. But like we've had, what was it the other day? The power went out like 7 or 8 times that day.
Yeah, we were having some problems in it for like
Let me see if I can pull that up.
5 minutes or so at a time. And again, we didn't notice anything because the power walls kick in automatically, and we had solar because it was during the day. No problem. We wouldn't have known other than the Tesla app sent us notifications saying the power was coming up and going down. We did get some notifications from the power company saying that we're having outages.
It's on my phone, but here you can see, lights.
They got some glare there too, yeah.
You can see on March 8th, it just hit a bunch. Same with the 12th on February. It was just out for like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes. So we didn't even notice it.
Yeah, basically the power walls keep us going.
So, I mean, if you can, definitely splurge for some power walls. And it really does help out. I agree, though. They are pretty expensive at the moment.
Yeah, but we did, if you go back to like October, we did a video where we were off the grid 100% for like 8 days straight. And we were just living off of solar and then power walls and not a problem. And that was with driving 2 cars every day. 2 Teslas every day. We were able to charge up everything.
201 hours and 22 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was our big test. So, I mean, we made it. You could too.
And also,
solar's a really, really good. I think it's very underrated.
There's still some great federal tax credits too. It's extremely. Like 26% this year. So you would pay, and then you get 26% back. You could deduct on your taxes. And they're coming down though, because every year that's going to go down slightly and eventually going to go away. But it's a great deal, and our return on investment, I think, for our system is going to be about 7 or 8 years, and it will still produce power for another 20 something years after that. So after that, all of our power will be free for decades.
Yeah, exactly. And 360 Grad has a great question. What did we actually pay for it? So our first system was 16.575 kilowatts.
Yep.
And that was, what did that run, like 50?
It was about 50 something. I don't know. I'd have to look up it was in the 50s, but then we got.
Let me see if I can pull that.
But then we got. I think it was about 55. But then we got a $16,000 or $17,000 tax credit on that, which brought the price way down into the 30s. And Then we added another almost 4 kilowatts at the end of last year.
And
that was about 10,000.
Yeah.
But then again, we had another 30% tax credit because it was before the tax credit decreased, and so that brought the price down to like less than $7,000 for that. So all in, we did spend like over 40,000, but that's not cheap. But that's again free power or whatever, covering all our needs for driving as well as the house for the next 30 years.
And when you add it up,
and divide it out,
like 6 or 8 years, it'll be fully paid off, and then
Yep.
everything then is, it becomes a cash printing machine.
Yep.
Essentially, not putting it lightly, but yeah, it is really nice. So like someone was asking, the first system was 16.575. The second system was
3.9, so just shy of 4. So we're at 20.5 kilowatts. We have a like extra large system. Tesla
Yeah.
doesn't even have these, by default normally. They have like small, medium, large, and extra large. We went above that and have 20.5 kilowatts.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like
been great.
I think it's like 63 panels is what we have, and they're like 325 watts each.
Yeah, and somebody is asking when we charge. So we actually charge in the morning. This is our home usage. This is actually ours. So one car starts charging at 3, one starts at 4, and one is right about 5. And so every day, this is very similar to what it looks like. Normally this one that starts at 4 charges a little bit longer, but we charge every day at home. It's
and sometimes
we wake up with a full tank every day.
And sometimes if I do work from home, I'll just charge during the day, and
Yeah.
it'll go directly from solar to charge the car. So it doesn't even need to go into the power walls.
Yeah, if you can work from home at all, it really allows you even more flexibility with this to charge from solar. Like in the afternoon, if you look here, all this gray under the line is us sending back to the grid. If you're working from home here, you could be pumping this directly into your car.
Yep. And again, depending on time of use and your billing rates, it probably makes more sense to charge it at night like we do, because that's when the electricity is the cheapest from the grid. It's about 8 cents per kilowatt hour, whereas in the afternoon during a peak period, it might be at 20 cents. So it kind of makes more sense to just charge at night off the grid if you need to, instead of charging during the day, because you're going to be offsetting those credits. But if you want to be like even greener, then you can just charge directly from solar.
Yeah. It's great. I absolutely love solar. It's probably one of the best things and best like investment wise I think we've done into the house.
And it's great, and again, it's going to last us for 30 years, and there's no maintenance or anything. If you get a generator or something to cover you if there's a power outage, you're going to have to get that maintenance, every year.
Well, like so when the power does go out, when it was out for a very long time, what was it out for? Like 24 hours one time?
That was like 45 hours.
45 hours one time. Our next door neighbors, here come the
Must be
dogs
time for
telling us
dinner,
it's
yeah.
dinner time.
Yeah.
We love our neighbors. If you guys are watching this, hi from next door. They have a pool pump, and they have I believe it's gas generator, and it is very, very loud.
And I don't know if they were running their pool pump
No,
we
they
had a
could have
power
just been
outage,
running their
but their
house,
generator
but
was
it's
running
very
for like
loud.
45 hours straight, and it's kind of loud. So
buddy.
with solar and power walls, there is no noise. It's virtually silent.
Exactly.
And so you're not going to be keeping your neighbors awake in the middle of the night.
Are you hungry?
So-
Are you jumping for the people?
Yeah.
You
The
jumping?
dogs are telling us that it's time to wrap things up. We got to get them up and feed them.
Yeah. If there are any questions that you guys posted that we didn't get to, I apologize. Definitely list them down below in the comments. Once this video, it'll take a little bit of time to render. Then it'll go live for everyone on YouTube, and we will be sure to log on, answer any of your guys' questions. Yeah, it's been a fun day. I can't wait to show you our new Model Y, hopefully this week. Hopefully early in the week. Earlier the better. As soon as they get it, we literally told them we can be there in 20 minutes, and everything in our account is ready to go. So definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and the thumbs up button, because that does great for the video. And make sure you hit that bell, so as soon as we take delivery, we can do that live stream with everybody. Again, though, that live stream could be within an hour or two. It really depends on how much time we're given before they get the actual car for us. Could be very quick though, so definitely make sure you do that. As always though, huge thanks to our channel sponsor, Abstract Ocean. If you guys haven't heard of them or haven't looked them up, definitely check them out. All kinds of really cool Tesla accessories, Model X, S, 3, and Y, definitely coming up. They have really cool stuff My two must-haves are definitely going to be like a center console wrap. I'm personally not a huge fan of that gloss black material that Tesla uses. I find it gets a lot of fingerprints, scratches very easily. We actually had a wrap party here at the house where I wrapped, how many was it that day?
I don't know.
10, 20 cars.
Yeah.
It was a blast, but it definitely helps protect it and kind of makes your car your own, as well as a matte screen protector. Those are definitely going to be my two favorites, but they have a ton of other stuff. Using code Tesla Inventory, all one word, will get you 15% off. Everything's linked down below, though. Definitely send them some love. They help make all this possible for you guys. But yeah, I guess that's it. Will not be one more week until the next live stream. It should be midweek as soon as we take delivery. I can't wait to show you guys Model Y up close, up personal. It'll be great. We can go through comments and really break down the entire car for everybody, because that's what I'm gathering everybody wants. We'll definitely do some like 4K videos too, but hopefully we can at least stream in 1080 off of 5G, and that way at least get you guys all your questions answered at once. But yeah, I guess that's basically it. I guess we will see you hopefully in a few days with a Model Y. Talk to you later. Bye.